Northern Paiute language. Lesson 12. Numurui, numurui, numurui means relatives. The Owens Valley Career Development Center, the one sponsoring all of these videos, is a dedicated American Indian organization operating under a consortium of sovereign nations, whereby providing the opportunity for the improvement in the quality of life by focusing on education and self-sufficiency while protecting, preserving, and promoting our cultures in the spirit of positive nation building for Native people of today and generations of tomorrow. So this organization promotes culture, language, because it benefits the people as a whole. Another branch of OVCDC is called TANF, Tribal Assistance for Needy Families. And one of their goals is to end the dependence of needy parents on government benefits by promoting job preparation, work, and marriage, to prevent and reduce out-of-wedlock pregnancies, and to encourage the formation of two-parent families. Some pretty good stuff. And so it's right up our alley because we're talking about the word numu, numu. And so numu, in its cultural context, it doesn't really fit into the broken categories like nowadays that many of us are in. But numu back in the old days, you know, it stands for family, for us guys, for us gals. Numu in its old cultural context form believes in everyone working together. Numu believes in being examples to the youth. Numu is to care for the needs of others. And Numu does not condone wrongdoing. So with all of those things being stated, I'm very honored to be working for OVCDC and working with TANF to be able to produce these things that are actually helping to encourage the culture and what our culture stood for and still continues to stand for today. So talking about family, numurui, numurui, numurui means a core group of close related people, family or relative. Notice the word numu, which means people. Numurui, core group of close related people, family or relative. We also have another word, nanim, nanim, nanim. You also see the word nima in here, nanim. And it means to be of the same people, akin or related. So these are both related words, but they're used in different contexts. So numurui, numurui, relatives. It can also be a relative singular or relatives plural. So it all starts with a nana and a mogotni. Nana and a mogotni. Nana, mogotni. Nana, mogotni. So all the way back in the earliest stories, there was the first nana, the first man, and then there was the first mogotni, mogotni. And from these two people came all of the nima. All of the nima came from this first father and this first mother. So that's part of family. So when a mogotni and a nana come together and they're committed to one another and they're going to live together, they're going to commit to one another, they're going to have children together and work together, all the things that nima represents, the man becomes the guma, 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 which means husband. And the woman becomes a norigwa, 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 which means wife. So guma and norigwa, nana and mogotni. So when the nana and the mogotni, they have children, or then the guma and the norigwa have children, the guma becomes a na'a, 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 which means a father. And the mother becomes a bia, 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 which means a mother. Now the na'a is the male and the bia is the female. But the bia is also referred to as a bidzi. Bidzi, bidzi. That's another word for mother. Well, there's another word we use in our kinship terms, and that's a hedzi, hedzi, hedzi. Also spelled with the EI, hedzi, hedzi. And hedzi usually is translated to mean a sweetheart, kind of like a boyfriend or a girlfriend, no gender on it. But it more reflects the meaning of the word fiance, fiance, fancy French word. And it's because hedzi is not someone that you simply sleep around with and shack up with, or you're promiscuous with. It is a meaningful relationship with the goal and intention of marriage. So nowadays we see a lot of loose living. It wasn't that way back in the old days. A hedzi was someone that you're courting, if you will, with the intention of marriage. So remember that numu means family, family. Inumurui, inumurui, inumurui means my family or my relatives. So talking about ne, which means I. Every single one of us have a father or mother, whether they are past or whether they are just gone. There we still have a father and a mother, because it takes a man and a woman to make a human being naturally. And so my parents and children we're going to talk about. So I, ne, my father is na is father, and bia or bidzi is mother. And if I have a son, it is a dua. And if I have a daughter, it's called a bare. Ne. Father is na. Mother is bia or bidzi. Son is dua. And daughter is bare. Nazi. Sia. Nazi. Sia. Talking about siblings now. So there's a difference if my sibling is older than me or younger than me in numu. So this being me, I, ne, this is my brother, and this is my sister. If my brother is older than me, he is my babi. And my sister is older than me, she is my hama. And now if my brother is younger than me, he is my wana. And if I have a sister that's younger than me, she is my bunni. Babi, older brother. Hama, older sister. Wana, younger brother. Bunni, younger sister. So now, talking about my father's side, or how we say in English, the paternal side. My father's relatives are my paternal relatives. My mother's relatives are my maternal relatives in English. So talking about my na, my father. My father's father is my gunu. My father's mother is my hutsi. Gunu, hutsi. My father's brother or uncle is my hei. My father's sister is my bahwa. Gunu, my dad's dad. My dad's mom is my hutsi. My dad's brother, which is my uncle, is my hei. And my dad's sister, which is my aunt, is my bahwa. Now on my bia side, or my mother's side, my bidzi, my mother also has a father and a mother. My bia's father is called my dogo. My mother's mother is called my mo'a, mo'a, mo'a. My togo and my mo'a. My mother's brother, which is my uncle, is my ate, ate, ate. And my mother's sister, which I would call my aunt is my biru, biru, biru. So my grandfather is my togo on my mother's side. My grandmother on my mother's side is my mo'a. And my uncle on my mother's side is my ate. And my aunt on my mother's side is my biru, biru. Yesh, words to remember. Ina'a, ina'a. E means my in Paiute. E means my. Ina'a, ina'a means my father. Ipia, ipia, or ibidzi means my mother. Iguno, iguno means my paternal grandfather. Ihutzi, ihutzi means my paternal grandmother. Itogo, itogo means my maternal grandfather. Imua, imua is my maternal grandmother. Idua, idua, idua is my son. Ibare, ibare is my daughter. Ihe, ihe is my paternal uncle. Ibahwa, ibahwa is my paternal aunt. Iate, iate is my maternal uncle. Ibiru, ibiru is my maternal aunt. Ibabi, ibabi, ibabi is my older brother. Iwana, iwana is my younger brother. Ihama, ihama is my older sister. Ibune, ibune is my younger sister. Ibinagi, ibinagi, ibinagi is my younger relative. Ibra, ibra, ibra means my friend, but it can also be my cousin, my relative. But ibra, generally my friend, but also cousin. Just a few more. The individual words for grandparents simply reciprocate back upon the grandchildren. I am my togo's togo, and I am my mo'a's mo'a. I am my gono'o's gono, and I am my hutse's hutse. So what that means is if I call my gono'o, that means my grandfather, he also calls me his gono'o. So I gono'o also means my grandchild. If I have a hutse, my dad's mom, and I call her ihutse, my grandmother, she in turn calls me her hutse. So ihutse also means my grandchild. Same with itogo, idogo, idogo means my grandchild, and imoa also means my grandchild. Ma'no, ma'no, which means that's all. End of lesson 12.